Hello.
I'm no longer muted, I assume.
Yes.
That's good. Okay. The world gets to
Look,
hear
I have
my.
to keep you in check. So yeah, there's a lot of muting and unmuting and all kinds of things happening over here.
I actually think my life would be easier if other people were able to mute me. I think that would actually just make me more likable inherently.
A teacher once said that I'm an outside thinker, which was a really nice way of saying, yeah,
Rephrase.
I know. Like
That's really, really good.
it was such a kind thing to say, considering like the context and like how easily it could have been like, oh, this person's annoying. But yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
we have a hello from a person. It's their first time here. Hello. I don't
Hey,
know.
that's my
Your
favorite
username
number.
is
What a
just
weird
number.
coincidence.
Good to see you. Thanks for joining.
So
what are
we're
we doing
doing.
today, Niall?
Well, I'm actually brilliant. I'm in great shape because I had blocked off this morning for messing around, building some stuff and recording some new tutorials. So I had a really fun time with that, and some of it went okay. And as well as that, I got to do something, of course, that you sadly, as always, never get the chance to fully experience, which is
I know.
the very European time-based internal release presentation of Camunda, which does not suit the
West Coast.
the sleeping habits of West Coast dwellers. So
look, it was fine when I was in Central Time, but now that I'm on West Coast time, it's at 7 a.m. and that's just not happening for me. I'll catch the recording, or Niall will give me a personal demo of the new things, which I love even more.
So exactly. So traditionally, I am now going to try and remember some of the stuff I've just finished watching, or hearing about, and I'm going to try out some of the stuff. And some of it I'm quite excited about. Some of the stuff I've been waiting for a while. Do you know anything about execution listeners?
No.
You will. This is if you are.
You say that like it's a threat.
It kind of, you know what, depends on how you use them. They can be a threat. But if you're a Camunda 7 user, you probably have been using execution listers for loads of things. I'll show how they basically work. Camunda Play has gotten a lot better. That's looking really great. So I'm going to try and do some stuff there. What other weird stuff is going on? I want to try some stuff that wasn't released on this release, but is just quite recent in the last alpha, which is business knowledge models as part of DMN, which are also really cool.
You said my word. You said business. I'm in.
Yeah, there we go. Business knowledge model, which actually involves defining a function. So it gets more complicated. Yeah, but no, you'll still like it. We have a Git sync feature that I'm going to look at, but probably don't have a chance to get working. And there's some new stuff around deployments, and something that I'm really happy about, and I'm sure you are too. I saw pictures of a better implementation of visualization in Operate. So I'm going to dive in there and see what they mean by that. And so most of this is also a mystery to me. The demo is about an hour long internally, and some people get to demo what's going on, and others just get to show on a slide we've changed the thing. So we've got 2 hours now, give or take. And we're going to try and get through as much as I can on that. So you don't even need to see the recording of the release presentation.
Yeah. Well, and what I love about this too is as we've done this over the months, I guess over the year plus that we've done Orchestration Hour, you have somehow gotten more prepared. You took notes this time.
I actually took notes. I did. So my notes are not very verbose, but
but you gave me a summary and everything. I love it. I'm excited.
Yeah, I can just tell you that some words in my notes are spelled correctly. I can see that I managed to spell BKM incorrectly. So that was a bit of a miss, but only 3 letters, but still, if you type fast enough, they're very close together, the K and the M. So I think it's a keyboard problem. So I'm actually going to start in the marketplace though, because I love this thing. I was sort of reminded of its existence earlier today when somebody was trying to use a blueprint that I created. So let me explain. You probably know this already from connectors, right? Where you're able to go in here and check out all the connectors that we have. So let's say that we go and let's look at something that's maybe a community connector, right? So a connector is a way of connecting with external services and things. And you can see that we have a connector here for space traders, which is my favorite one, as you know. And this just shows, it's basically someone has essentially pre-programmed a way for you to connect to this SDK and build all sorts of cool stuff with it. You can see some examples here, and it's available for free to use. It's really class. You can use it for self.
And everything in the marketplace, at least right now, is free use. I had a question about that on Reddit, and I was like, great news. Anyone can upload stuff. Like, you can submit your stuff if you've got connectors, you've got process blueprints, which I'm sure is what you're going to talk about next. And they're all free to use, which is exciting.
Yeah, I really like it. It's really cool. Self-managed and SaaS, and it's really easy to do that. I don't like this button. Confuses me. What do you expect to happen when you click on this? Just out of interest.
Either it would go to the GitHub issues or give me an email.
Yeah. Okay. So what does it do? It does the weirdest thing. It gives you a sign-up form that requires you to have like way too much information. This is wild. I don't know. I clicked on this button for the first time in a while. And luckily, I know who Philip Osler is. So
yeah, you got an inside track.
If needs be, I can he lives in Berlin, so if needs be, I can stalk him or something and show up at his house. Or I could fill in this form. But yeah, this seems like a bit much. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, that doesn't matter.
I wonder. Yeah, I bet it's a more complicated process than we know, because marketplace team, there's a lot that goes into it. So
I totally agree. I think I'm just really interested in that button being a big form, but I'm not here to talk about this. I'm here to talk about blueprints, because in blueprints you can upload and you can find really, really great implementations in BPMN of common patterns. So I'm going to show you two examples here. I'm going to show you a good one and a bad one, and I'll start with the good one because the bad one, which is the one I did. So this is my one.
Okay, I was like, you can't do this to our fellow whoever uploaded it. Probably
no, I would never.
If it's you, you're allowed.
This is a good example of a well-intentioned idea. Not having any practical implication. So you'll see here that this is my compensation example. I uploaded it a while ago, and you can see that it's got loads of connectors and things, right? The problem is this won't run or didn't run in the past because it only accepted BPMN models, but this needs forms and stuff that I already had implemented. So a new thing is that they now have forms. So this has a SendGrid connector, the Slack connector, and forms all attached to it. So now you can just click on this. Will this work? Do you think this will run? I'll come back to this. I'll try and run it later. I haven't actually tried to run this in a while. So you should click on this, and it should just automatically give you all of those artifacts. And I'll try that after I show you the good model.
But it was bad because you didn't include everything the first time?
Yeah, exactly. Well, the thing is, it now is linked to the GitHub page that I have all this stuff on. So if I now add new things to it or change it, it'll just update to the newest files on the GitHub repo, which is really cool. Yeah. So yeah, it's really, really handy. So let's see the good example. So one of the people who I think is one of the best modelers at Camunda in the sense of he has an incredibly detailed way of modeling that I really quite like is Till. And Till created this, which I think is really class. So this is just my thing was adopting a hawk, which, has maybe one or two people out there in the world maybe might need this process. But Till went for credit card fraud handling, which is a little more often since it seems to happen a bit more. And you can see here that he's implemented a bunch of really cool things. Like we have here these message flows he's added. He's added multiple things. We have sub-processes that he's added. So you can check that out and then navigate back to this. You see all the events. He has here an event that gets thrown and then caught somewhere, presumably here, for instance. And yeah, I just really like this. It's really quite a succinct model. It's quite small, but it has a lot going on. and it has a lot of good detail without being totally confusing. I like how this is modeled a good bit. Till is a good modeler of stuff. And if you want it, you can steal it from him, by which I mean you can use it as intended, which is click on your SAS thing and then have it here. If you also want to steal my stuff, you're more than welcome. I kind of wish more people stole my stuff.
Well, you keep making these processes about adopting Hawks. You got to do some more business-oriented one, and then we'll see.
I'm trying to corner the market on Hawk-oriented process modeling. So
I think you've succeeded.
Thank you. Here's Till's thing, and this is a big change from the marketplace before. We have the model itself, the BPMN model, right? And we can check out the GitHub repo where it's from. We also have the form and DMN table, right? So if I create a new project called Till's Credit Company, what's Till's Credit Company called?
There's a pun in there with like a cash register, like a till.
I hadn't even thought of that. Genius. Okay, so that's going to be cash in the till.
There we go.
We did it. So cash in the till is great. So we click on that, and then it'll just automatically load those models into the modeler, where we can like check them out. We can see there's cash in the till. We probably have a form in here somewhere. There's the form there. Yeah, it's class.
Wow,
I like it.
So simple.
Yeah, there's all the stuff. That's just it. That's it. You have the things.
Oh, and now it says creator is you. I love that. You took all the credit.
Oh wow. Yeah, this is my dream. If only I could somehow remove Till's name from this book. Cash in the Nile makes no sense. So it would need to be like, what's it? Is it Murder on the Nile? What happens? There's a definitely Agatha Christie novel about
yes.
someone.
If there's not, I believe that there would be. Yes.
Cash in the Nile. That's it.
Also, Samantha says that who needs a business-oriented processes when you have Hawks? I see no issue with this. So
yes, I'm very happy to have one of the 2 or 3 people who this process really speaks to. Let's try and find my one. I want to see if I can get it working quickly, because getting it working might even demonstrate some new features that are kind of cool.
Ooh.
Yeah. So there's.
So did you say that you found out that it didn't have the pieces that you needed because someone reached out to you?
Yeah, someone was trying to run it, and you may remember that in my bio, I once wrote builder of unmaintainable examples, and that is something I like to stick to. But in this case, I decided to break from my usual ignoring the stuff I put out into the web, and I decided to take a look at what the problem was. And it was Eric, and he had mentioned, oh, I don't have there's no front end for this. So you gave me this lovely model, which is executable, but there's no forms because I wasn't able to add them at the time. But now I can. So now I just updated the example. So now if I download this for SAS and put it into, I've already decided the name of this folder, obviously. It is Death on the Nile. And
I don't know that a lot of people will let you adopt Hawks if that's the name of your rescue.
And that's fair. So now if you see this is our model, and the forms are already attached.
Oh, I love it.
So I can already deploy this and start it, probably. Let's give it a try. I actually haven't tried this yet, so.
Well, what about like SendGrid and Slack and stuff? Do you have to configure those?
Great question. So in the README, it explains you need to add those secrets. Now, luckily for me, I already have those secrets probably on one of these. Probably this one, maybe. Oh, it tells me, look, 2 secrets have been found. So actually, I don't have it on this one. I don't have it on this one.
But you had it on Rupert.
Oh, it is on
Unicorn.
Okay, and Unstable Unicorn is slightly newer, so I'll deploy that. That's a handy feature. That's great.
That's great. Yeah.
Now this actually gets me to start on one of the cool new features, which is manage. So let's click on manage. I don't know manage. Deploy. Where is my updates? Oh, it's only one. That's an interesting one. Okay. I think that's in the wrong place. I thought I saw a different button earlier to mess around with deployment, but I think that's to do with play. I'll show you that later.
That's so fancy. I'm still stuck on it telling you like, hey, this won't work because your connectors don't have secrets.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Isn't that really nice that it just tells you exactly what's missing?
Yeah, because we get a lot of questions on the forum about like, configuring connectors and things like that. So I feel like that will help a lot.
There's the Hawk process. Okay. And there's the name. This is actually something that drove me crazy forever. This is new. We now have the process ID visible in Operate, which is actually pretty cool. So now it used to be just the process name. And this is important because all the API calls that you would use in order to start this process or communicate with it would use this definition ID to be able to synchronize with it. So this is actually really cool. And yeah. So let's see if I can run this. What if I can run it from task list? Usually I can, right? Task list. I put it on Unstable Unicorn.
Yep.
Oh man, I wish it opened a new tab. I don't want to have to leave the modeler. It's my safe space.
The modeler, my love, my
yeah. Task list means nothing to me. It was you. It was always you. Okay, let's try and find the Hawk. Okay, there we go. So start here. Okay, so name. Mia, you've always wanted to adopt a Hawk, right?
I mean, not no.
Okay, not no. Sounds like okay to me. I'm going to add my email address because I don't want you doxed.
Yeah, no one can possibly figure out the format of Camunda email addresses from
exactly.
yours.
Now, Mia, I would like the reasons why you would be a great Hawk owner.
Oh, geez. Committed to training.
Oh, very good. Committed to training.
The only other stuff I can think of is why I wouldn't be a good Hawk owner, which is I'm vegan and it freaks me out that I'd have to get you rats.
Loves feathers.
Yeah, I do love feathers. I love
there
her.
We go. Thinks hawks are cute.
Yep.
I'm assuming that because I hear you say a lot of things are cute, and it would be crazy if the hawks were actually an exception.
Okay, I got to meet birds of prey at the Camunda retreat, and I did think they were cute, so you're right.
Thank you very much. Oh yeah, the Slack integration here as well. Let's see.
Yeah, do I have to join a Slack?
I don't know. I can't remember what this button does. It's been a long time since I tried this example, so I'll just tick the box and see what happens. What's your experience level with birds? Beginner, intermediate, advanced?
Intermediate.
Okay, so let's start the process. Okay, so what should happen, I would hope, is that we arrive here. We probably do the Slack message thing, which will probably fail because I have no idea what that's even going to send a Slack message to.
Steven said, I got to meet birds of prey. Sounds like you met your favorite band. That's how I feel about it.
Oh,
yeah, I took so many videos of these beautiful avian ambassadors. I could talk about it all day. I had a great time. I was surprised that Niall wasn't at the bird thing.
I didn't know there'd be hawks there.
It said in the, well, you got to read to know. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I famously can't read. So the Slack message appears to have been successful, which is nice. And we can now check on.
Where did it go?
Yeah, I don't know. Can't remember. Okay. Are they approved? That's signed to be. So are they approved to adopt? Good news. We haven't decided yet, but let's find out your application. Your name is Mia. Does not match your email address. That's a red flag right there. I do like that you like feathers, though. That is true. But if I say no, I have to give a rejection reason. So
thinking birds are cute, not a good enough reason, which is
yeah. What does the process do? Oh, it'll actually trigger the compensation.
Oh, so yeah, you got to reject me.
This is actually running on the wrong version, but I want to show you this first, and I'll show you some of the updates and the new ones. This is how we currently see operate, but I think there's a new a UI for this. Too good with animals.
Yeah, we're only adopting out to bad hawk owners.
Okay, so let's do that. So this should continue. So this should compensate. It should go down here, trigger the compensation event, which should then send a rejection email, which actually in the past, yeah, that did work. So this is actually a fix in the new version. This has happened, I think, but there's no indication that it's happened. You can actually only see because of here in the audit log. But actually now, shout out to Paddy, who has actually implemented this as a change. I'll try and demonstrate that shortly. So I'm going to find the Slack message.
Does it say where it was in the? If you click into
it? Oh, there we go. I found it. What's going on? Okay, let me show you. What are you doing, modeler? Okay, the desktop modeler just wants part of the action. It's feeling left out.
Like, hello, use me.
So guess what?
It's your own Niall
Talk Emporium Slack channel that I forgot to set up. And guess what, Mia wants to adopt a hawk because committed to training, lots of others, cute hawks. Sorry, Mia, you can't get a hawk because too good with animals, i.e. bad feeding hawks. So there we go. So that's the, I'm sorry about that. So after seeing that, let's go back to the modeler. And I want to show you some of the changes in Operate. So I'm going to build a new thing called our 8.6 Alpha 4 thing. I'm going to create an application. This is great. Okay, so this drives me crazy, and this it used to drive me crazy, but now it makes me happy. Let me explain. So when you are building a bunch of different, when you're building a process, you have forms, you have DMN tables, you have multiple processes, right, that are all linked. And the problem is that if I want to, let's say, for instance, deploy my main process, I then have to go and deploy all my other models and all my other DMN tables independently. If you create a process application, it actually automatically deploys everything together and keeps it versioned together. So this is actually very, very useful if you have like a load of stuff together. So
yeah, because there was that thing that they implemented where it would tell you like, oh, you have to actually deploy the form also. You have to deploy these pieces also. But this is like next step up, which is like, oh, you want to deploy this all together? Go for it.
Exactly, yeah. And so you can have lots of sub-processes and you deploy everything together once there's a change. It's quite handy. You don't have to use it, but I think it's really good. What should I call it? What should our process today be about?
I have no creativity in me.
That's no problem. Let's say we've already come up with a till a till name for a company and a Nile name for a company. So we have to have a Mia one.
Yeah.
Mia, myself, and Aya, and AI. There we go. Okay.
Oh goodness. Okay. You know, not everyone's a winner.
We had a limited amount of time, and this is what we got. So here's the main process, which is quite nice. And I'm going to show. Let's build a process. This is just going to have two processes. Okay. And this is going to be a call activity. And this is also going to be a call activity. And check animals are okay. So we have the check dogs and check the garden. We had a colleague recently find a hedgehog, so who knows what you'll find in there. And then
I had bunnies. Did I tell you about the bunnies?
No. Oh, you did. I saw the pictures of the bunnies.
Yes, we had a baby bunny nest in our strawberries and in our peas, but they have grown and hopped along and had a great time. They didn't eat any of my veggies, which was wild. They're just like taking a nap in there.
That is weird. Yeah, good bunnies.
Well, when they're babies, they don't eat food yet, right? So they're only like nursing off their mom, and then I guess when they started getting bigger, I was like, "You're right next to a very yummy looking strawberry. I don't know, maybe you'll eat it." And they totally didn't.
If I was a bunny, I would have done that. Okay, so let's do that as if I were a bunny. God, so many possibilities. Okay, so now we're going to start with another new feature, but I need to create a new model for that. So this is going to be check dogs, and let's just not do much with this for now. Let's just have it as a straight through process because it doesn't really matter what it does. We maybe have one task. And this is going to be check for dogs. And we are 30 minutes in, and I think I've shown like 0 features. Well, maybe 1 or 2, but yeah, I should probably work faster.
Because I keep talking about bunnies.
This is somehow your fault.
What are you, my therapist?
Okay, so we have our check for dogs. Should be linked already. Cult element. Wait, just check for dogs. Okay, cool. Now, the first new change is this one here, binding. This is really cool. This is really important. So when you're calling a process, you're calling like a potentially out-of-date version, right? So you have 2 options. By default in Camunda 8 right now, you will always call the latest version of the sub-process that you're calling, right? But if you do deployment, it means you will only, yeah, we know that. 1 second. So this is how I know it's a brand new feature, because it's telling me it's a brand new feature. There we go. So in the past, a deployment, in the past, the latest was the only one you could do. So it would always call the latest version. But let's imagine you have a process that only works with a specific version of a subprocess. That if that subprocess were to change, you would actually break the parent model. Well, we can now choose deployment. What that means is when you deploy it, the version that it's deployed with is always the version it will run. So you can redeploy another version with this to update it. But basically, whatever that process is called updates, it won't affect the parent process. It'll always call that same version every time. So this makes sure that this release is really stable, because no one and other teams aren't affected. So the process I'm calling can still go ahead, update their process and deploy it and improve it without worrying that the parent processes that call it might end up breaking because of changes. So it's actually a really nice additional feature.
Yeah, that's so handy. And I love that in the UI, it's just a drop down with 2 options, but I'm sure that took a lot more effort to make happen than that.
Yeah, there is one option missing, so to speak, which is the version tag. So a version tag, which I think will be coming in the next release, is a way of being able to put in your own tag onto a version. So every time you deploy a new version of a process, Camunda just iterates over it, iterates the number, right? So you have like version 12 followed by 13, etc., right? But let's imagine you have a specific tag that you know works with a specific version. So let's say from version 10 of this process to version 15 of this process, that's all tagged with the same tag that says cool dudes and things. Okay, that's the name of the tag. It's a tag that you yourself come up with in terms of, this is the kind of thing that I would expect Mia to say when coming up with a tag. Yeah, class. Yeah, we're like the same people, you know. I just can read your mind. And that's important as well, because that way you can sort of have this grouping of processes that you know between these versions and these versions all play together really well. And then you can do one big release that then, we'll change the tag on all of these. So now they will all jump at the same time, even though they might be different versions individually, but they have their own unique tag. So that's a new thing that will be coming next, I think. But right now, this is pretty good on deployment, so we can do that. And let's also call... should we call a different process? I'm just going to call the same process to save time. So we're checking dogs twice secretly. This is a issue, so I'm just going to Yeah, I'll fix that later. So let's say that this is going to be bunnies good. That sounds like a variable I should have created in the past. It's a miracle it's taken this long. So default low. Okay, we're in good shape.
Bunny's good.
Bunny's good? Question mark? I can't add question marks to variables. I'm pretty sure. So otherwise I would. I just have the word animals there. Sometimes I wonder what was going through my head when I write these things. Okay, so where was I? Yeah, so this is my Mia model. Oh, look at that! Come on, alliteration, or is that assonance? Which one is? Is that alliteration? Yeah, alliteration. Okay.
Assonance is the end of a words. I think.
Good. Thank you very much. So I'll leave this alone, the feed animals thing. So let's deploy this and let's see to the new version to see how the actually let's just add some more stuff just for fun. I want to add a compensation event. I knew I wanted to do something. Okay. Because I want to see if
it's not the end of the thing. It's the repetition of a sound of a vowel or a diphthong in non-rhyming stressed syllables near enough to each other for the echo to be discernible.
Okay.
So like the rain in Spain stays mainly in the plain. Wait, but that does rhyme. Never mind.
Oh, they don't rhyme. Oh, that's interesting. Okay,
it's like internal rhyme, but not the word itself rhyming.
Gotcha. Okay, so that means that my Mia model is definitely
alliteration.
Alliteration because it definitely rhymes. Okay. So this is in reference to
I'll fix that later is famous last words, which is very, very true.
Oh, Maria's been burned by that before. Speaking of by me saying, sure, I'll sort that out. Anyway, speaking of Maria, Maria has recently let us know that that she came across a specific bug called a toe biter, I think it was. So for that reason,
I did not open that link. I was too scared.
So let's just have another XOR gateway. Okay, just so are there bunnies? Great. So let's go with
oh, Maria says it's a giant toe biter bug.
Okay.
Hate that for all of us.
Look, man, bunny's good. Bunny's good. Yep, great. So bunny's good is the name of our variable. Fantastic. And then we also have, and then this is the way not bunny's good. Cool. And then we're going to change this gateway to an OR gateway. And then we're going to have an exit for this biter thing. And this is giant.
Sorry, this comment from Mary. I rarely think that information isn't helpful, but clarifying that a toe biter bug is giant is not something I needed to be aware of.
Yeah, that's it. We got a giant. So in this case, we will go ahead and burn the garden to the ground if there's a toe biter. So
you know what? Yeah, fair. As long as there's no bunnies.
Okay, cool. I think I've spent enough time on this, and I'm going to see if I can deploy to make it work. So we have, I think, all the things that will be. I'll show you and operate now some of the changes. Yeah, here is the new deployment page I knew existed somewhere. So when I deploy this, I can define stages of deployment, right? So if you have a dev cluster and so on and so forth, you can like, oh, there's no testing cluster. Oh, but your staging is Unicorn and your production is Rupert. So you can actually properly stage all of your stuff, which I think is really cool. And also, this is just the definitive thing that Niall builds, never tested. I do not even own a testing cluster. So
that checks out so hard. Like you wouldn't, if it was a quiz and you asked me which of these is a thing that Niall doesn't have, I would choose either testing or staging.
Yeah, true. I just have production. That's it. So I'm going to send this
straight to prod. Let's go.
Yeah. No, your production has errors, obviously. So this is quite nice. This is going to mean a lot of it's going to be way easier then to develop models for production now in a case to make sure they're tested at each stage and also validated.
And they actually go to the right place.
I'll also create a milestone now because there's also some cool milestone features to remind me.
We got a comment that says cool update, and I believe the username is Feel.
Oh,
so I'm going to choose that's like a friendly enough expression language fan.
And anyone who uses Feel usually does think enough. That is accurate. Okay, so let's see. This is the newest version of Operate. So if I start this process, let's run it. I should be able to see some visual differences. So let's find out in how the stuff is done, and also we should be able to see. So, for instance, this is the old version, and hopefully this looks different or better. I don't know yet because I haven't seen it actually. Okay, so there's our instance. Okay, they're looking good. Okay, cool. So the symbol itself is now highlighted.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, and now we're here, and now we're in check dogs, which I think, what is this? Oh, this is the wrong version. No, don't take me away. Every time I move tabs. Okay, is this the right? Why would I have this? Okay, I'm going to do it the easy way and go back to Operate. So I'm trying to find. Did I put a user task in there? I think I did.
No. Didn't you just make it a through process?
Oh, did I add anything in there? Then it should have just continued.
Oh, maybe you did.
I'm back here again. Let's go into this process and see. I did build a check for dogs. Why is that not opening correctly? So yeah, so I started here. I can now check for dogs. Good. And I think I have to add some variables here or else everything will break. Oh, look, I can see which cluster it is. That's new.
Oh, and it's there.
Aha! I think I was opening the wrong thing before.
Yeah.
This has no variables. Click to add variables. Okay, I'll do that. Okay, fine. I'll do it your way. Yeah, I was being. Oh, this is quite good. Okay, so I think we had one variable called, and this is going to be true.
Not giant toe biter.
Yeah, the giant toe biter is present, so mind yourself.
Tragic.
And we have bunnies. Bunnies good. True. Bunnies are always good. So we're adding these two variables. Now this whole page only exists because I didn't add a front end. So this is the default front end. What's this button? Can I see the process now? I get to see the process. That is new. That's cool.
Oh, that's cool.
That's really cool. So I can see where I am. Oh, so in that case, I'm actually
variables.
The variables died. We can't do everything.
I had a feeling.
Yeah. So this is true. I'm going to make this false so that I can check out other stuff. So continue. So
that's nice. That is nice, Maria. You are right.
Parent process. Add emojis. Actually, yeah, that's a good idea.
Giant toe biter equals fire. It just burns the whole process down. Actually.
You know what? I'm gonna just change that in the process here to just a fire emoji. There we go.
Yep.
And there we go. So that's our new change.
Kill it with fire.
Here. So now we should continue this process. Check for dogs. Now this should actually show the variables that we've created, right? You would think, because the variables exist, or do they? They don't exist. Look, they didn't appear.
Well, yeah, because it's two separate ones. Yeah.
Yeah. Are they?
Oh no, you linked it to the same one.
Yeah, but that's the same. It's not the same definition, not the same process. Do the variables exist here? Oh, they're here, but they don't get sent back by default. Okay, I thought they would have. Okay, so that is going to cause some issues. So I need to add the variables here, and that is false.
Good. No.
And and we have our giant toe biter. Meanwhile, if I complete this, it'll throw an error, which, who doesn't love errors? Let's just complete it. So
let's just break it.
I just break stuff. So this is now giant toe biter, and this is also true. This should break, I hope, because it's missing a variable needed to go through the gateway. Yay, it did break.
Yay! I love it when it breaks.
What's the error message like? Oh, it's actually more specific than I would have thought. So expect a result of expression giant toe biter to be Boolean. It was null. Perfect. No variable found.
There you go.
That's exactly the error.
That is so helpful.
I think that's a better error than it used to be. I think it used to just say like, "Your problem now, sucker," I think, or something like that.
Yeah, it's so weird because we're usually such a polite company, and then occasionally it'll just be like, "Sucks for you."
Yeah. Okay, so I'm trying to restart it. Whoa! Wait a minute. Oh no, we don't have the dotted line.
Oh, it didn't do it?
No, it didn't. Maybe it's not for this feature. Let's find out if I can create. Let's just if I complete burn everything, will that work? So burn everything, if I complete it, should also complete this one. Okay. There it is. It shows up it's complete. So like this is really, really a big improvement from my perspective. Look how clear that is about what path was taken. In the previous version, which we had somewhere open. I don't know where. It didn't implement this. It didn't know what things were added, that sort of thing. So this is, I think, way clearer. It's way, way better. And now we've burned our garden, which is nice.
So I think no more process.
Yeah, no process gone. There's another really cool thing that I want to show you as well, which I really liked, and it also is an operate, and it's another visualization thing that's a big improvement, and it's about seeing the number of times everything was executed. So here was pretty straightforward. Everything was executed once, right? And so but if I had actually run like 20 tokens through here, it would actually look the same, except you would have different numbers in the end events. But for a long process with loads of gateways, you would actually never really know which individual stuff was executed how many times. So I'm going to see if I can make that better by just making a mess. So I'm going to just add a parallel gateway. Make it better by making a mess. I'm going to add a parallel gateway, and I'm just going to mess everything up. I'm going to add this here. And another one just over here for some reason.
This is me trying to build a model.
Okay, so this is a nightmare of a model, and I'll show you why. Because and you know what? I'm also going to make things even more complicated by making this a multi-instance. Let's go back to our, because that's also. Why don't I change this? Where do I make multi-instance? Angered. Where the hell? It used to be here. Oh no, append element, change element. There we go. That's a bit of a walk. Okay, so what should happen is we should start the process and then send 3 tokens all sorts of places. This will be executed twice. Then this will show up. 2 tokens will go into it, and it's a multi-instance, so it will also be activated X number of times per whatever, per thing, and then sent this way. Let's go this way. Oh, I can select. Oh, here's another cool thing. I just bumped into this. I forgot about it. We didn't use to implement the this gateway in the token simulator. Yeah. So now this is an OR gateway, so you can select the way you want it to go. And so now we'll burn everything and check and feed the things. How do I make it go forward then? Go, go, go.
Click
make go. Make go.
Click the gateway. The blue thing when it turns blue.
Oh, wait, no, that's not right.
No, click when you mouse over the new icon and then click that.
Okay, sorry, I'll calm down a bit.
Like it's normally a play button. Click that. No.
No. Let's see if I play this. See what happens. Whoa. Weird.
Magic.
Okay, I don't know what happened, but it happened. It's over now. We got through it.
It's over. Everyone can calm down.
Okay. Great. I think that's good. So let's get back to let's not ask any more questions. I'm going to create a form because I don't have to add all that data the whole time. And also I need a multi-instance of some kind. So we're going to name some bunnies. So let's say bunnies are great. And we have some tick boxes. So true.
So true, Bessie.
Yeah, this stream is all about truth. So are there... Okay. Bunny's okay. And this is evil beetle. Evil creature. What kind of creature is it actually?
What, the toe biter?
Or
just some other kind of evil.
This way comes. Okay.
Jacob said, coming into the statement, we're going to name some bunnies. It's very fascinating, and I would like to know more. Oh, you know, just average
usual
style processing.
Just BPMN stuff. I'm just abiding by the standard. So the thing I want to add for multi-instance is a dynamic list. And this is going to be where bunnies come in. And actually, before I write this, I want people to prepare because I want the chat to name some bunnies. Because we're going to run the free bunny.
This is not on me. Thank you.
Yeah, I feel bad for always making you name stuff because I can't think fast enough.
You think I would learn. You think I would come in with like, I don't know, some kind of randomly generated list of something so that you're like, name a thing. I'm like, got it. But no, every time I'm surprised.
Well, for next
time. Please nominate some bunny names.
Okay. Bunny name. And this is going to be...
When we had the bunnies in my garden, I did Google, can I adopt like a random bunny, like a wild bunny? And Google said no.
We have Honey Bunny. So
I love Honey Bunny.
I assume a Tarantino reference, I'm guessing. So the output should be this. So that means for each bunny, we'll probably do a thing. And then this works, basically. Yeah, we're looking good. Okay, so let's go back to our diagram. Hopefully you remembered all those variable names because I didn't.
Bellostomid today, but toe biter for the friends.
That's the the toe biter has friends. So,
I think we're the friends, and we can call it toe biter because we're friends.
That's nice.
But I guess mortal enemies have to learn the scientific name.
Bunnies dot.
Got a little typo in there.
The input collection, I think, is bunnies dot bunny name. I think. Screw it. I'll just do this and see what happens. I can't remember the exact.
There's no way to know.
I could look at the docs theoretically. And I've done this a million times. You would think I'd remember.
No, you're under pressure.
Yeah. Let's see. Did I build something recently with a multi-instance? I have a feeling I did. I'm just going to take a look at that to remind myself of the because I can't remember if I need to do anything more with the collection. If it's bunnies.bunny names, and then that gives me the collection of all the names, I think I might. Where would my other stuff be? I think it was in here. Let me just take a look if I have I think I have a multi-instance here that sub-process. There we go. Look at my memory. Yeah, it is.
I'm in the docs and you're already there.
I think it's bunnies.
I'm in the docs like a fool.
Bunny name. Oh, come on, I need to validate that now because I've forgotten if that's the name of the variable. And then it's just a name. So I think the idea is that in feel, I'm trying to get just the list of the names. And I think I need to do bunnies.bunny name to get a list of the names in feel. As far as I remember. Bunny name. Yeah, I mean, that feels right? Let's just test it out. Let's Mia and Honey Bunny. Because this is important.
Usually it accesses a variable of the process instance that holds the collection. The expression is evaluated on activating the multi-instance body. It must result in an array.
Yeah, that seems like a lot of...
Also, it links me to a get value function. I don't know if that means we have to use that.
I'm going to just see if I can replicate it. So what we want is just the names, right? So if I do bunnies, that's them. If I do bunnies dot bunny name, I should also get the... Yeah, that's the list we want.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Yep.
So yeah, so this is exactly what we need. Good old field playground, always helping me out. Yeah. If only you told me what tab to go back to. Aha. Okay, so that should work. We have a bunch of other crap going on. I can't even remember. Let's go. If it fails to deploy,
let's go.
Let's
go. Hey,
yeah.
it's deployed.
It's so deployed. Like yeah, there we go. We thought it wouldn't happen, and then
you didn't believe in us.
Is the form attached?
That's what we need. Yeah. We need more Olympians that say things like, nobody believed in me, but here I am. Or actually, you know what? Did you see the skateboarder who's going to get a duck?
The what now?
14-year-old, I think she's Australian, won the skateboarding, I guess, competition at the Olympics. And they were like, going to do now that you have a gold medal. And she's like, I asked my parents if I could get a duck if I got a gold medal. And they were kind of cagey about it. But I'm going to get a duck and I'm going to take it to the skate park and I'm going to take it on walks because ducks are cute. And I was like, give this girl like 50 ducks.
Yeah, I totally agree. This person sounds amazing.
Like priorities in order. Like I'm going to leverage my gold medal.
There's another thing that I just remembered, which is this. Camunda now adds comments about what's going on. So I created a draft, then I created the first version, and now I deployed it, right? So then I can actually go back into the history. And now I can see everything has changed. And look at this.
Oh.
It's told me exactly what's added, exactly what's changed, right? So this has changed. And definitely my favorite thing, and I think a lot of software developers would agree, is you can also check the diffing of the XML.
I love it.
The XML is like diffed here, so you can see exactly what changed. So you'll probably find a fire emoji in there somewhere. And yeah, I really love this feature. This is so cool.
No, that's awesome. And it's so detailed. Like the even when things have been moved, not just when they've been added or changed. That's cool.
Yeah, so we changed this to a multi-instance, as you said, and if I click on this, I can see more, and it says the type was changed to a multi-instance implementation detail. But if I click on this one, label was changed from burn garden to just the burn emoji. So that's pretty cool. Parallel gateway was added.
So good.
I love this. This is really cool.
Wow, 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I like. It's a really cool new feature. I really like that. So did I deploy this? I can't remember. Probably. That's the kind of thing I do. I deploy things.
You deploy it, remember? Because we said, yay, it was deployed.
Yes, that's right.
I guess I said that. I was.
I mean, I often cheer when I deploy things. That's okay.
You can tell I have a toddler because I cheer at the smallest things.
This is
life exciting somehow.
Let's go here. Oh, yes. Okay. So bunny's okay. Oh, bunnies are not okay in this case. Something evil comes this way. Bunny names. Okay. So what we got?
Bunnies that are not okay. Name.
I'm going to name it whatever that weird thing that Maria said.
Yeah. Bunnicula.
I'm going to name one after
our feel.
Let's see what else we got in the chat that I can steal.
Stephen Hicks, our good friend.
A bunny called Stephen Hicks? Yeah, for sure.
That's such a serious name for a bunny. It has a little bow tie.
Yeah, let's call it Stephen Serious Hicks. That's how we can tell a difference between the bunny and the person. So that we'll have the serious in there. Did I spell serious even nearly correctly? Serious? It looks kind of
close. That's correct.
Amazing. So I'm going to start this process. I hope it kind of works because I'm trying to show other stuff. Where do we go now? Oh, yeah, operate. So let's go into operate. This is the older version. Yeah. No, I would know which one has slightly more fur. I'm not going to say which, but one of them has a giveaway.
Well, it's like Indiana Jones. They're like, no, the dog was Indy before you. Like, just saying. Killer Beast of Kerbog?
Killer Beast of Kerboggan? I don't know what that is.
That's like Welsh or something. It's unreadable to my American eyes.
It's got Irish vibes weird enough, which I should be aware of. So here's the current thing we have. We have 2 tokens here, and we have 1 here. And let's see if
it's a Monty Python. Look, just because I can't spell doesn't mean I've never seen Monty Python.
I do need to watch more Monty Python, actually. Yeah, I haven't watched it in ages. I've been watching a lot of Inside Number 9, which is one of my favorite shows. It ends, sadly, on whatever season 7 or something, I think ended. But it's Inside Number 9 is a work of art. If you like general British weirdness, then that's a good one.
Okay, I'll put that on the list.
Oh yeah, it's perfect. It's an amazing show. What was I doing here? Oh yes, I want to complete this task. Let's go to task list. We got a lot of dogs to check on. What? So here's all the bunnies that we have, including Series 6. And this should hopefully, if we complete this, should hopefully run here, and then hopefully should send a whole bunch of instances in multi-instance running. Did that work?
I saw Twitch. I saw something.
Nothing happened. So what did I do wrong? I'm just going to continue to click. Oh, you know why? No, actually, that makes. Oh, yeah, that might make sense.
Is it because there's 2?
Well, they're independent, so they shouldn't actually matter. You should be able to move one without the other. Oh, here we go.
There it goes.
There we go. So now we have 3 have arrived here, 2 have arrived there. Let's see. I thought I was able to see the number of instances that have finished.
Well, you can, right? It says 1 over there.
So that I've finished the task. For instance, this gateway has a bunch of things that went through it, and I'm going to see if I can complete all of these dog checks and see what happens. I should just automatically. Why did I do this? So many checks on dogs.
You're a mess. It's fine.
No, yeah, that's true.
I say that with all the affection in my heart because
of course. No,
I've never not been a mess in my life. So
never taken something like that as anything but a compliment. Okay.
Good. That's because we're the same person.
Oh, we're setting fire on stuff, so that means things happened.
Oh, good. That's progress. Somehow.
What? Okay. Okay, so now we're up here. So this is triggered. I somehow had these turn black. I have no idea how that happened. That can't be normal. It's definitely. Oh, look, there's the button.
Oh, it's a button.
Class. Show end date.
Go.
So this is what I was looking for. So we can see that 1 token arrived here, and then 2 arrived here, 1 from here, 1 from here. 3 have finished. 1 went up here. So now you can actually see where all the tokens went.
I love it.
Which is really cool. I like this a lot.
Yeah, I'm immediately thinking for the trivia game simulation or whatever that we do a demo. That's the word that we do sometimes at conferences. It's always fun to show like, oh, this is how many people got the questions right. This is how many people asked ChatGPT for a hint, whatever. So this is a nice, fun way to look at it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I really like this. It's really, really good. It's very informative. I kind of like that you can hide it if you want.
Yeah, because if you're not wanting that information, it's a lot cleaner without it, right? But if you want it, look at all the detail.
I gotta find out how these turned black, because that shouldn't happen. These arrows. I'm not sure. That's not important right now. But yeah, I broke that. That's great. Let's take a look at my notes on what I wanted to show.
Hey, we're only an hour in. We're good.
DMN stuff. Okay, so I wanted to show play as well, didn't I? Did I show play already?
You showed a little bit of play.
Let's show more of play.
Okay.
I think to do that, I need to, let's just put this through play instead of deploying it. Let's see what happens. What is this? Oh, no, this is different. This is a different model completely. This one's actually useful.
Yeah, we don't want to mess with that.
No, that one actually is, Let's go back to this one. I want to add some DMN in here for other features. What kind of DMN table should we run? And where should I put it? Any ideas?
I'm going to ask the chat because I don't know. I don't know much about DMN. So because I don't do real models, I'm like, it seems complicated for my simple brain and my simple modeling needs.
Well, mine too. So let's hope that our audience will be able to, someone from the audience can give us some idea of what we should be building a DMN table to decide. So the DMN table exists to decide on something. So right now we have a process that essentially is checking for animals, burning the garden down, and is doing a lot of checking for bunnies. What sort of decision lies within that kind of framework? I wonder if we decide how much fire to use.
How much fire? Or I was thinking if there's a certain number of bunnies, how much fire do you use?
Oh yeah, because you don't want to kill the bunnies. Okay, fair enough.
Look, I wasn't going to say it earlier, but there is a world where you kill bunnies in this process, and I don't love it.
Yeah, no, I agree. So let's decide on fire amount. Decide on amount of fire. Okay, and this is going to be a.
In case anyone was wondering, these are live and unplanned. So
the bunnies only exist in your imagination. So we're going to create a DMN model to decide that. Here's our DMN. Okay, so what variables do I have?
Well, we have a bunny names. So could we do a count of how many bunny names we have?
I have an idea for the bunny names. Don't worry. We have a count of bunnies. So we know how many bunnies there are. So bunny count. What's wrong with that? B-U-N-N-I-E. Is that a bunny or Y?
It's B-U-N-N-Y, but you've been spelling it the same way, so I wasn't going to say anything.
Oh, thanks.
I was surprised that this has a spell check.
Yeah, this ruins all the fun I've had up until now. I thought I was spelling that word correctly.
Well, what's more important is that you spell it the same way every time, right? So
yeah, that's actually true. Yeah, consistency is important. So how big is the giant toe biter?
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
Steven suggested how many posters we need to place around the garden to let bunnies know there's a fire coming and they should get out based on the number of bunnies.
Okay. So that's a great one. I'm going to add a very specific one now. And this is where the business knowledge model is going to come in. This is a business knowledge model. And this is going to involve Steve. Because what we're going to do is we need to find out if one of these bunnies is serious hicks or not. Right? And this requires, can these bunnies read? That's a different process that we have of teaching bunnies to read. And it is equally adorable. So I'm going to try and come up with a literal expression that is going to help us. Is serious.
Sorry, these comments are killing me.
Hicks.
It is not our responsibility to educate the bunnies. Wow.
Is serious hicks among the bunnies? Okay, is our thing, right? So here's what a business knowledge model does. It allows you to create a function, right? And in this function, we're going to take in like bunny names. Just look at me spelling it I have to do it the wrong way now, don't I? Because I've been doing it the wrong way the whole time.
I don't know. Well, I think it was bunny, B-U-N-N-I-E name. I don't know.
Oh, you know
what? I think it was just one name, and then we put different. We had multiple.
May not work because I can't use a more complicated object than a string. That's annoying. I want to check if. You know what? I'll find a way to do it. Let's see. So here's our bunnies. I'll do it in a dumb way.
It's funny name.
Oh my god, it is. Okay, great.
Look, I helped.
This is a Camunda learning experience, not an English language learning experience. Absolutely
no, this is just programming, is making sure your variables are the same. That's like half the problem, right? Of all.
Yeah. So I need
my limited experience.
I need so if this is serious Hicks. So that's a list. I need to turn this into a string. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna use this. See if this works. Okay. I want to turn this into a string, a single string.
Is this something you're allowed to share?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's see what happens. That's good.
String join. This is great because I need this for all languages, actually.
Yeah, that's what we got. Cool. Dunzo. So this is actually going to get really weird now because I also need to add a literal expression to
now it's going to get weird.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back to our DRD for now because this is going to take bunny names flat. Is what
bunny
that means.
Name.
And this is going to be like contains, and then serious.
You need an I. Yeah, there you
go. Hicks, and then we're going to have the string here. We're going to have bunny names flat, and then the result is going to be a Boolean. So it'll be true or not. So this is now going to be able to check for us whether that's okay. So let's head back to our DRD. And so let's go in here.
Where does bunny names flat come from? Do we need to put that somewhere too?
Yeah, I'll generate that later, don't worry.
We'll definitely not miss that, yeah.
Yeah, I've got a plan for that somehow. I haven't decided how to use it yet. I'll decide on that later. Oh, I know how to use it. Yeah, let's make it easy.
Turned on you about your spelling, and that's not. I'm here to back up Niall. Okay, we got it correct. It's fine. It's fine.
I love the heckling. It's great.
Yeah, it's a group effort with the posters. Okay.
Okay, I will create the flat thing later. Let's quickly make some. Please control the crowd.
Excuse me, crowd. Let's heckle the bunnies, not the presenters.
Bunny name. I think. How do I get the size of the thing? Let's go back to the docs again. Yeah, you know what? I'll do the docs.
Not Google Docs.
Fuck, man.
I do that every time.
I was talking to this before. Like, I just constantly type non-Camunda things. Now.
Yeah, I love to search connector on Google, and it's like, what did you mean? I'm like, just add Camunda to everything. Or like, I did this with Java the other day, or some programming language. It's also just a word.
How dare they? Let's see. So I need to find out. I can't remember what the how to get the size of a list. So I'll just quickly do that. It is almost certainly going to be a built-in function, you would hope.
List functions.
Don't worry, folks. Count. Who would have guessed that? Don't worry, folks. I'm a certified developer.
Actually, did you grow up with Sesame Street? Because I know it's very global.
I did not, no.
Tragic. I mean, actually, I didn't either. We weren't a PBS family, but I watch it a lot now with my kids, and I think it's brilliant.
And so this is the big toe biter.
One. Two.
Oh, I know the count from pop culture in general.
Yes, the Count is maybe my favorite. It's hard to pick a favorite.
Oh. Do you know the only crossover between Sesame Street and the Muppets?
Yeah, Kermit did something with them. What was it?
Yeah, Kermit's the only one who crosses over. Apparently, the rest are completely separate. Probably the Muppets and Sesame Street are never cross over except for Kermit, who does both.
Yeah, which makes sense. Kermit is wholesome, and so Sesame Street. So,
oh,
can you imagine Miss Piggy on Sesame Street? I cannot.
I don't know her well enough, I'm going to say. Now we're going to have, this is where the fun starts. So I'm going to put in here, check.
Are the Muppets not wholesome? Okay, the Muppets are also wholesome, but in a slightly older kid kind of way. Okay, like Miss Piggy, there's a lot of hitting, there's a lot of yelling. That's not stuff that really shows up on Sesame Street.
Good to know. I might actually watch. I do love the Muppets movie though. That's really, really good. So I want to show you what I've done here, which is kind of important. I gave this an ID called "Is Sirius Hicks Around?" So this is actually the ID is used to call this. So if I call this with a string, it'll tell me whether the string contains Sirius Hicks or not. Now the way you use that is I go here. And I can just go in here, and in the expression, it should autocomplete. Is Sirius Hicks around? And then it'll tell me, okay, you need the variable bunny's name's flat, which we'll deal with later. And this will be a Boolean. So, and then we have fire amount, right? Fire amount. Right. Cool. And this is going to be a number, I guess. Let's put this a collect sum. So if the bunny
so each thing gives us more fire.
Exactly. So if there's like this, if the toe biter is big, just like straight up, like it's 10 fire, which is a number. If the bunny count is greater than or equal to 5, we're going to need to lower that fire to like minus 10.
Oh God, there's negatives. Let's just add some complication.
Yeah.
What's now, a negative fire amount?
if we have a yes of Sirius Hicks around, it's straight up 50 fire. We just need to make sure that there's none of that. Here's a really important thing about collect sum tables, right? That I think people often forget, which is so this is a collect sum, which means as you pointed out, every rule will add the numeric value, right? But if you do not add a catch-all at the end that has a 0 value, you will have the potential of getting back nulls all the time. But so if none of these match, you get back a 0 fire, right? But even if they do match, you can then add 0 to it, and it doesn't make any difference. So just remember, pro tip, add a 0 to your collect sum at the end. That just triggers every single time you do it. I have so much to keep in my head now because I think I need to change a lot of things about the about our start form. So I need to go in there now and fix that.
I think the biggest one is the bunny names flat, right?
Yeah, I'll generate that using a script, but I do need to add another checkbox for big toe eater, and I think I remember that was, oh man, what did I call it?
The science name?
Big toe eater, I think. I'll come back to it. It's not important. And okay, that's good. So that's now we know if it's big or not. Let's just go and see what I needed that variable. Variables are a pain. If only they were. That's the thing I would like to add. I would love if they could make variables globally scoped, so you could always access them no matter what thing you're messing around with. So It was called Big Toe Eater.
Big Toe Biter?
Biter? Did I call it Eater? Man, I was giving this thing way more credit.
Yeah, just bites. No eating, just biting.
Question mark? Cool. So now that'll basically work. So go to diagram. And now we need to add that last function that I wanted to generate this new variable. So I'll do that right here.
Look, Stephen, I wasn't going to say it.
What's happened?
It's easier to work with variables when you spell them consistent and accurately. Although he did spell accurately wrong. So.
Oh, I love that you spelled accurately wrong. Thank you. Oh, that's perfect, Steve. I greatly appreciate that.
That's the most joy I've heard in your voice today.
Yeah. I don't know. It just all it needs to happen for any day to be better is Steve needs to fail in some way. Okay, so we need a script task, and this script has to generate our thing. Create.
Now we need a script.
Bunny names. Yeah, we need a script. And the best part is it's in everyone's favorite expression language. That's right. It's feel with 5 L's.
5 L's? Feel.
Yeah. Full. So for that, we need this. Nope, we don't. We need, whoops. Copy this. This goes here. Cool. And I think it was bunny names flat or something.
Yes.
Yeah, there we go.
Yay.
For some reason, capital B, which for variables shouldn't be true, but there we go. Nothing I'm doing right now is certified Camunda developer, folks. Just so you know.
Yeah, congrats.
The thing that happened in real life.
Well, they certainly didn't check on this kind of process for the exam.
Yeah, there was definitely no spelling to take into account in the multiple choice. I really enjoy it. Okay, decide on fire amount. Cool. Oh, we have it up here already. Okay, don't need this. Okay, and then yeah. Okay,
I'm so excited for this to break in new and exciting ways.
I have no idea how this. Oh wait, I haven't attached this yet. That's the big red button that's telling me bad things. There we go.
So yeah, all you got to do is pay attention to the big red buttons. Okay, wait, result variable.
Oh yeah, true.
Fire amount.
Fire amount. There you go. Okay, I think we're good. Let's create a new milestone. Fire.
Fire.
Okay, so that's pretty good. Let's see if any of what I just did actually runs. Oh, it broke immediately. Decide on
amount of fire. Failed to parse DMN.
What?
Not the DMN.
That's my favorite part. Did I break something?
I mean, that's what they told me, but they could be wrong.
Yeah, this looks fine. Do I need I wish it would give me more indication of what I might have done wrong.
They just said everything.
Yeah, that's actually fair. That seems fine. There's nothing in here that's wrong, right? You would know, right, Mia?
Yeah, I know so much about this.
Collect hit policy. Oh, if this breaks, gonna be sad. Okay, I'm going to just cheat and just kill the business model thing, and I'm going to. I know, Shahar. I'm going to instead put this here. I think that should still work.
Check.
Man. Shift for X. Okay, cool. And now I'll just deploy this and see if it works. Go to main process. Oh yeah, that's the thing. So I tried to deploy it there, right? But because this is a process application, it won't let me deploy a single entity by itself. I have to go to the main process and deploy it, which is what it's doing right now. And so let's see if it works now. Don't you break on me? Hey, it actually worked. Crazy.
Hey, it's deployed.
Yeah. That's
Stephen Hicks was breaking everything. That sounds about right.
Yeah. So let's go to our latest version, which is version 3. It's got a whole bunch of stuff in there. That's gone black again. I gotta figure out why that happens. Anyway, so let's start the process. We have a brand new start form. Bunnies, okay. They're not okay. Something evil. It's really big. Bunny name, Sirius Hicks. Let's say Nile's in the mix, but let's spell it like the river. And because
spell accurately wrong.
Did I? That's a real shame.
No.
We should accurately wrong?
Oh, like, accurately.
Spell it the Steve way. Yeah. There we go. There's and you know what? I'm gonna add a question mark. Just so people are aware that this isn't properly checked. Okay, that'll do. Let's start the process. And yeah, so I guess that should work.
We'll see.
Unless my script is wrong, or the script actually worked. Did it actually work? Oh, it did. Cool. I'm going to. Yeah. Okay. Let's. How will I do this? I'll just complete it. I was trying to skip all the clicking, but I'll just have to do it now. That's just the. All I'll do is I'll kill all version 2 because there's a lot of tasks here. So I'll just select this and just cancel. So I'll have a few less things, or sorry, a fewer things in the task list to have to complete.
Hey, I like it when people use less and fewer correctly.
Thank you.
We have the 10 items or less lanes, and it's like, no, it's 10 items or fewer.
Yes, if it's something you can reasonably count, it's fewer.
It kills me, but it's such a nitpicky, stupid thing, so I just have to live with it,
You know what drives me nuts, actually, is when people use and I'm sorry to say this almost exclusively happens with Americans, when they describe things as a ton of something, like someone had a ton of this or a ton of that, when they couldn't use a number. And it irked me. I was listening to a podcast, I think it was like the New York Times podcast or something, and they said something. They described something as like, and then a ton of this happened. Like, no, give me a number. It's actually important now that I hear a number. A ton does not help me. It's not the correct measurement. And I swear to God, if you give me like quarts or number of cups or whatever weird imperial thing you use that ruins every recipe I make. Sorry, I'll calm down. It's fine.
When I was a kid, I've always been very literal. And when I was a kid, I would get frustrated when adults would say stuff like, just a minute, when it wasn't literally a minute. It's like, give me a moment, give me some time, wait a little bit. But I would hate like just a second. It's like, it wasn't a second. And that's why I've always been fun. No, we would have
been good friends as children, I feel. Had I been a child at the same time you were a child, had we been children, we would have gone great. Okay, so some of this worked, which is nice. So let's check.
How would you correct this statement? And then a ton of spelling mistakes broke my process. And then dozens.
I think it's called an accurate amount of spelling mistakes. But I think it depends how you spell it. So the process now has moved through, and we've actually arrived at this DMN table that we were pretty sure will run. And I'm going to go in here and take a look to see if everything worked. So we see here that the bunny count is null.
0.
We should be able to check. We got a false on the check for, so that's wrong. So that didn't work. That didn't work. Toe biter worked, and our fire amount total is 10.
Well, the bunny amount worked because it's less than 5.
Yeah, that's true.
So the only one that didn't work is check for Hicks.
Yeah. So that to me that's a success. We did it.
And so our total amount of fire is 10 fire.
We get 10 fire. So that's the amount of fire to be used in order to destroy this beast. I think that is fine. And now if we go into this, we can see that the amount of fire. So now when we go to like burn our stuff, we actually have the access to the fire variable, which is important.
Yeah, I'm glad when you use like a blowtorch, it's like, how much fire would you like? And you just move it to 10 or -10 or
Yeah, every time. Yeah. If things are really bad, 11. but
up to 50 apparently.
It's true, actually. Okay, so yeah, that's strangely enough accomplished the thing I was trying to do. Let's see what else is on the.
Yeah, what was on your list?
There's a bunch of other things. I haven't messed around with play yet, so I'll do that right now. So this whole thing is a mess. So let's just put it in play and see what play deal and make play deal with this problem. So I'm going to click on play. Play should start up much faster now because I think it's using the new. It should be. Maybe it's not. I love the flashing. It's using. I think depending, it should be using the new architecture to start up the C8 much faster, but maybe it's not working right now. It's deploying a bunch of stuff, so let's find out if I'm getting the right. What error?
Error's in implement mode.
Ooh, let's take a look.
What have you done now? That's like fire amount too high.
Fire amount. Wow, there's actually a boatload of errors.
Let's see.
This is bonkers. What did I do wrong? Error type definition is not supported. Do they not support compensation? Oh, they might not. So I'll get rid of compensation.
Get out of here, compensation.
Oh, well, there we go. Yeah, good run. Okay. We're doing it again, folks.
Doing it live. Oh, that was a lot faster. So yeah, the compensation event broke it.
Yeah, that makes sense. So now we can actually find out if actually the thing worked. So I'm going to start this. So we're going to tick all the boxes. We're going to answer serious Hicks. We're going to add Mia.
Yay.
Yeah. Anyone else you'd like to add to this bunny collaboration?
Niall.
Aw. And
Count Von Count.
Count Von Count.
Perfect.
And let's do it. Okay, so it's moving. It's done a bunch of stuff. We can see our variables there, which is quite good. We have our flat count worked. Let's go into this called process. Now you can do this. Ooh, cool. So I can complete this job. That's completed. Oh, it tells me to close a tab. Clever. So then it's moved on. So now I can go here. I can complete this one. Can I edit variables? Oh, that's quite nice.
Ooh.
So I can.
I love all the save example data in a couple of different places so far. That's cool.
Cool. True. Why not? Why the hell not? This is really cool. I like this. So we have 3 of these. This works. So if I select this, we have count von count, serious Hicks. That's all the different iterations. And then we can see the global variables as well. So let's go check this out. Hurrah! Oh, I can restart it. No, yeah, I don't want to complete it. Oh, yeah, let's just complete it. Close tab. I wanted to do a thing. There's like a rewind thing you can do. There it is. Rewind.
I'm hearing it in my head like.
Oh, they should add sound to this.
Oh my God, that would freak everybody out if that's the only sound effect in Camunda.
That would be great. That would definitely. So like now, all those things, all the hard work I did has been rewound. So
all the clicking.
Yeah, all the clicking. So I can do this, and if I don't like that, I can click rewind, and it rewinds it, and it starts it again. That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Edit variables. Can I edit the form? Don't think I can. That's a shame.
Well, do edit variables. What happens? Yeah.
Oh yeah, because it's from the original thing. Yeah. Save sample data. Ooh, that's nice. So now if I create it again, it'll save that as a sample data, I guess.
Yeah, that's cool.
Create new instance. Let's do it. Oh, nice. And all the same variables are the same. This is really good. I'm going to use play more often.
Yeah.
But one of the things that's changed in Play as well is that, and the reason I didn't use it very often is because of secrets. They used to have an issue around you had to add all the secrets to the connectors you were using. But according to the demo that I saw today, very, very fast-paced demo from Eric, you can now add, this now starts up on a cluster that you already have for testing, right? And this means it has access to the secrets, I think. I'm just guessing. So which means you don't need to add the secrets at all, and it's running on something that's already running. So that's pretty cool.
That is very cool.
Yeah, I do like that. So yeah, let's complete this process. Can I move the thing? Can I speed ahead? That would be useful. If I can just skip to this point. No, I can't. Okay, well, we're done now. Bye, Play.
Bye, Play.
Okay, so I'll spend more time on Play once I figure out how to use it. I don't use it often enough to be able to give a proper indication of what's new and cool.
Well, but I think generally, like, I don't use it very often either, but every time I go, there's more and more things. And that's very cool to me.
Yeah, I do agree. I think I probably see it more often doing this thing. Now, Mia, here's a fun test for you while you're not paying attention.
I'm paying attention. I'm right here.
Yeah. What is new on this screen? There is a new button.
Connect GitHub. Top right.
Yes, there is. So now you can actually synchronize this application with a GitHub project. So
so if you're doing your compensation hawk example, you could just edit it in here and then it would sync with GitHub?
Exactly, and vice versa. You just need a whole lot of data. And once you give us all the data, it will synchronize with that. I'm going to test this out later on. I just saw this feature a few, like an hour and a half ago or whatever. So I didn't get a chance to generate the data yet, but I'll give this a try and see what we can do with it next time.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, right?
That's very cool. And yeah, I saw someone say, like, I connected it and it just worked, which is like the best experience you can have. And I totally agree.
That would be absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I'll let you know how that goes. So yeah, let's see my other hastily created list. What else did I have? We have, there is one more thing, which I think, let's go into the DMN table. Oopsie. Let's create a milestone. Doom. And
Fire Doom.
Yeah, why not? Let's add a new row that I don't know if there's greater than, let's say, 50 bunnies. Why is 50 in there? That makes no sense.
50 toe biters.
Yeah, Janie Mac. Yeah, that'd be a problem. 50 bunnies, then we're just going to say minus 100 fire. And
the opposite of fire is pets.
If we have a big toe biter, a combination of big toe biter and a hex, then we're going to add 9,000. Okay, so that's pretty great. So let's go back to the DRD and let's just add a random input of stuff. I haven't seen this yet, but I hear there is now a comparison you can make between milestones of DMN tables. Which I didn't know existed. So there they are.
Yeah.
So there's,
and the code view too.
Yeah, and exactly, you can see the code view. Can you see inside the tables to see what changed?
Oh, yes.
Cool. And you can go into the code view and see what changed in the XML as well. It's so cool.
Fancy. It's like you had one line and now you have 500. And all you did was click some buttons.
Exactly. Can you imagine how easy it is to be a software developer? Click buttons, lines will get bigger.
Yeah. So, and then you just ask ChatGPT when you don't know something. Easy.
Correct. Yeah.
It'll definitely always tell you the correct answer.
Better. I rely on it to do my job. let's go back into our model because I think I'm running out of notes, which is good, because the only thing left is we have, I think, a new connector, which let me just check out the connectors. There they all are. So right now, I think we have a new AI connector. Do we not? Is it Bedrock? We have SendGrid. We have Azure AI. Oh, I thought we had it. That's a shame. Let me check on the marketplace.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Oh,
there's so many.
Genie Mac. I'm going to do a Bedrock check. Hurrah! Amazon Bedrock.
Okay, so Amazon Bedrock is a thing now? Now I have to learn another word?
You do. Gimme. So I've downloaded it now, so I should be able to use it. Hurrah!
Hey,
that was easy. Yeah. So all I need now is whatever this means. An access key.
Credentials.
Okay, great. Secret, no problem. Region, here, easy. Model ID. I don't know. Do you know any models?
Details in the documentation. Twiggy.
Twiggy. Good choice. Payload bunnies.
Sure.
Yeah.
This is nothing.
I think we're good. We just need to. I think we just need to deploy this now. But so yeah, we have a new AI outbound connector, so we can hit to AWS Bedrock for AI stuff. I'm going to build a process, I think, for fun, which is going to have the 3 AI connectors talk to each other, and I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to try and make them be insulting or at the very least combative with each other, and just see if I can save the conversation.
That's incredible. And also with the connectors, like the community and partner ones, we have so many different AI connectors now.
Yeah, definitely.
You could add all of them in there and make them all do silly things.
Never forget. Yeah, so I think that is actually the things I wanted to show. That is...
Look, you did it. You got through all of them.
No, I did. Well, my memory's not great, so there could be more things that I meant to show that I forgot about and then forgot to write down. But
yeah,
I think we've been through a lot.
This was a good overview, yeah, and it's always fun to look through. So I'm pretty sure there will be a blog post that has all the new stuff for the alpha.
Let's search for Camunda blog instead of just the word blog, which I searched for earlier. So this is new alpha. It's important to know that. Are you a champion? I don't know. Maybe.
Champion applications are open, by the way.
Yeah, that's true. BPMN is great. Agree with that. So it's important to know that this is an alpha release. So a lot of the things I'm talking about, a lot of the hiccups that I had, except for the spelling, which is definitely my fault, will very much be tuned up by October when the full release happens. But if you want to play around with it, you can create a new cluster with the alpha release, and check out the features yourself and see if you can save more bunnies than we can.
Yeah, and feedback always welcome. So if you have any problems, if you have any suggestions, if you think they're really cool features, like let the team know, because I think they live off that.
100% do let us know feedback, because I will give my feedback, but at this stage they know to ignore me. So unfortunately, I've burned those bridges. But you still have a chance. You could actually still be listened to and taken seriously.
Yeah, we take users more seriously than Niles, that's for sure.
Good rule of thumb. Mia, anything you plan on building with Camunda anytime soon?
I am currently knee-deep in GitHub Actions, so not as much Camunda these days. Trying to figure out how to make our automations work on GitHub better, because CI/CD is hard.
Absolutely.
But this makes me excited to jump back into Camunda, because all the stuff they're adding is making it so easy for me, a non-programmer, because it's all just like clicking buttons, right? They're They're like, hey, did you know that this is broken? Did you know you need a secret for this connector? I'm like, thank you, God, these basic things I need help with.
Yeah. I get, funnily enough, it makes things somehow both more complicated and easier for me.
Wait, how does it make it more complicated?
Well, because there was a time when everything I would build, I had locally, and that was really handy. So like I had my IDE where I built all my workers, for instance, and then connector showed up and made it easier to do that. But the problem was, so the easy thing was, if I had everything locally, I used to build the engine, I used to have all the workers, and I could give somebody like all of this stuff, put it on GitHub and say, you can start this and it'll just run and it'll be fine. And that was really great. For ages, then it became much harder to share that, because then I'd be like, oh, you can download this, but you also need to make sure that you have the connector running, because I don't own the connector code. It's somewhere else. So you didn't have everything complete. I do like the marketplace now is pretty good when it comes to adding like additional bits and pieces to the.
And what about the connect with GitHub button too? Like, I'm curious.
Yeah.
My first thought was maybe I can make Niall maintain more of his examples if they're connected to GitHub automatically.
You would need an act of parliament to have me maintain better code. I'm honestly, it's the only benefit to not actually coding professionally anymore is that I don't have to write test cases, or if I build something, I don't feel guilty for like years that someone is using what I wrote in production. So
except they probably are, because you're still writing examples.
Well, that's true. Yeah, somebody somewhere. I do remember once that Bernd found one of his examples running in production years after building it. Yeah. But Bernd is actually a developer who's I wouldn't mind running his stuff, so that's not the end of the world. We have a live stream coming up though, right? For people who might want to check out.
2 weeks from now, Tuesday what's the date? Hold. Tuesday the 27th. We'll be doing a BPMN battle. So head to head, 2 people competing to build processes. And if you missed our last one, there are required symbols and forbidden symbols, which makes it really fun, because it becomes a lot more challenging when you're not allowed to use like an XOR gateway, as Niall can attest to.
Yeah, it's a pain. And Samantha, who is, I can see is there, will torture the poor souls who have volunteered for this. Volunteered is also a strong term, but those questions are great. I really did enjoy them. So I'm looking forward to I'll be watching. I'll be looking forward to seeing how everyone gets on, and I'll be torturing them in the chat. So that'll be fun.
No, it's going to be so much fun. It's going to be Nathan versus Johnny. It's going to be Jacob hosting, so you will not see my beautiful face or Niall's beautiful face this go round, but I think you'll live because Jacob's a delight, and so is Nathan and Johnny. So yeah, it'll be a good time. Please tune in, and if you miss it, it'll be on YouTube, just like this. So
marvelous. And with that, I shall say goodbye to you, Mia, and
yes, have a good rest of your day, everyone. Bye.
Bye, everybody.